This is the second part of chapter 6. We are going to write to a file. So there is a file that does not exist yet because I did not run this code, blah.txt, and I'm opening it with mode A, that is append. So if there was anything in that file, it's going to be the new abracadabra that I wrote over here will be appended. And for now, I commented out the fclose command that would close this file. Let's see what will happen first. Run. Well, presumably it ran. And what did we have? Let's check the folder. There is no new file. That is because the actual writing happens at the time when you close, when you use the close method. So let me uncomment that and rerun it again. All right, it ran and immediately the new file opened. Here is the file with one gibberish in it. And if I rerun it, I'll get another copy of the same thing. So I reran it. Now let's reopen it now. I have two copies of the same thing, and they are on the same line because nowhere in my code there was an end of the line command. So let us quickly adjust that. So together with this, I will do new line symbol, and I will rerun it a couple of times to see the difference. And before I open it, just guess what will happen. Let me close that and reopen now. So the first of the, like in the second batch, I ran it twice. The first time it added yet again because there was no end of the line symbol over here. It added to the same line. There was end of the line now, and hence it started in the new line. And after it wrote the same gibberish for the last time, it advanced to a new line because there was an end of the line character. All right, this is a very basic program, very hard to use, so think how one should improve it. All right, I modified my code in order for me to be able to come up with new lines to be written in the file for as long as I want to. That is a while loop, of course. And once I'm done, I'll just enter an empty string and then the loop will break. When new line equals to empty string, the loop will break. Notice that before the while loop, I have to prime my variable over here. Let us see that it actually works. I deleted my previous file, blah.txt, so that we kind of start from scratch. Okay, so let us start. So let me enter some gibberish lines into it, and maybe a meaningful line, and then enter to quit. Let us check that actually the file was created. Sometimes you have to refresh. Here it is. Open it. Well, it did print, but it did not do any new lines, so it is one contiguous text. So supposedly I want to every line to be printed separately. How can I make that happen? A quick modification. I do plus and in quotes escape character new line. So to every line I add new line symbol. Plus means concatenate when we are talking about strings, and we know that new line is a string because it's the result of an input function, and this is also a string. So we're concatenating two strings. Let's see how it works. New line 1, new line 2, and then just quit. All right, let's see. close it, reopen. In older versions of Windows or Python, it might create an error if you keep your txt file open while writing into it. So generally, maybe it's not such a good idea. All right, let's see. So it appended a new line in the very same line, because the new line symbol only happened in the end over here, and then there is another new line too. So it works, and again, as usual, my question would be, can you do better? And of course you can. You should be able to momentarily, very quickly, wrap it into a function and then call a function. Call it main or call it write from input, line by line. Notice so far we were only entering text variables and working with text variables. Here is one more little file, little program, how to delete a file that we don't need. First of all, we import OS. OS is a module that has various ways to interact with operational systems. And in this case, we just want to use it to remove a file, blah.txt. So I'm doing it inside a function, so I better call this function for it to work. And it will delete this file if this file is in the same folder. Otherwise, you would have to specify the path. Let's see that it really is what's happening. I have my file in the same folder. And now after running this running this file, I won't. Let me check that. Sometimes you have to refresh, and now there is no file blah.txt. So that's how you kill a file. And just a tiny add-on to that, the file blah.txt actually was moved to the trash by Windows, so it did not perish completely, and nonetheless use such things responsibly.